What's good, YouTube? What's good to all my loyal fans and supporters? And what's good to anyone who just may be clicking on this video and watching this video? Today, I wanted to do a monsoon update. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. I haven't even been looking at how much time has passed. But essentially, what a monsoon update is it's a different type of video. It's a video where I get to talk to you guys about what I may be going through, what I'm thinking about. Not as Money Monsoon, but more just as a YouTuber, as myself in general. Because grinding on YouTube isn't the easiest thing. If it was the easiest thing, everyone would do it. Instead, it is a journey. It could be a lifelong journey. It could be a short rise to success. Either way, it is a journey. It is a challenge. It is something to work towards. And that is the path I am on. I am working towards success, greatness, anything. That is what I'm doing. And so really, I've been feeling a certain type of way, not like a sad in any sort of way. So you guys don't really have to worry about like sadness or anything. Trust me, guys, I'm not feeling that. But really, I just recently watched Code Geass. This is my first time watching Code Geass. I know I've been an anime fan for so long, and I never watched the anime, and I finally did. I watched Code Geass, and there were some themes that popped up that really made me think about like my YouTube journey in general. The main question I've been reflecting on, thinking about is, are results worth more than progress? Does progress mean anything compared to the result? Or rather, is the result all that matters? And this could apply to anything. I figured that a lot of times when I find like all these metaphorical questions, all these inspirations on any sort of platform, TikTok, YouTube, you're really able to apply that to any sort of journey that you're going through, any sort of success, any sort of challenge, hardship that you're going through. Like that question I just asked, I could apply that to working out, the gym, right? Progress versus the result. Everyone would care more about the result, right? At the end of the gym, what is the result? It's the accumulation of all your progress. You get like some cool fit body, abs, physique, huge biceps, anything that you want from the gym that you're working towards. And what goes unnoticed, what doesn't get as much recognition is progress. You working towards that every single day. You thinking about it every single day. You actually putting in the hard time and work and effort into everything to achieve the result, that you want. So all those days that you spend in the gym, the average person, right, they're not going to think anything about it. They may actually be thinking in your opposition, right? Like, oh, he's in the gym. We've seen how this plays out. They're probably going to give up after a month or two, or even a couple weeks. And unless you achieve the result that you want, the progress may not matter at all. Or rather, the progress wouldn't matter to anyone else, but it would matter to you. The progress that you put in should matter to you, because only the people who care about the progress can learn from the progress. If you were on some insane gym journey and you decided to quit maybe a month in, you would probably notice a little bit of change in your body, right? Maybe you got a little bit more fit, but more than that, you probably learned how to do things more correctly, work in a more efficient manner. And now if you did want to re-pick up your gym progress, try again, it would be a little bit easier than the first time you were doing it. And you would know what to work around. You would know what to avoid. You would know what stopped your progress in general, and you would adapt and overcome. You know, the same sort of ideology applied to YouTube growth. No one really cares about the progress. Maybe some of you guys care about the progress, and I'm glad that we're here together, right? Like, not everyone's gonna see this video. I hope you guys know that. Like, if you're watching this video, not all of my fans are gonna see this video, and that is actually okay. But if you're here for the progress part of it, you will probably see this video. You will see all of the videos I post and upload. You'll see the progress. But a lot of people will only be there for the results, right? They'll only really care once you reach the results. And so with that all said, the question still stands, like, is the result all that matters? In a way, yes. Like, even with the gym analogy, right? Like, sure, it has some benefits, even if you quit. But at the end of the day, like, you're not going to achieve what you want. Like, you went to the gym to change yourself, right? Same stuff applies to YouTube. If I stopped now, none of the progress would have mattered. I would have learned a lot. I could apply it to if I ever wanted to try again, right? But like, none of it would matter. It would just be an attempt, a valid attempt that failed, and that's all it is. I've been thinking about this a lot because I've been watching Code Geass. Now we get into some spoilers. Lelouch of the Rebellion, he was working towards a result the whole time. Since episode 1, he was working to achieve a result. Everything that happened in between could be labeled as a tragedy. Everyone in the world had their own negative feelings on it, maybe sometimes positive, but it didn't matter. The lives that were lost in the progress ultimately didn't matter. Actually, they only would matter and continue to matter as long as they achieved the result. Because as Suzaku said, like, when he was actually working with Lelouch, like, if we stop now, none of it would matter. And Lelouch was trying to do this all for one person, right? At first, initially, he was trying to change the world, achieve world peace for his sister. And then after a certain point, he believed his sister died. If he gave up then, after his sister died, there would have been so many lives that were lost, which would have ended up having no meaning. But since he continued, since he actually achieved the results, everything that he did had meaning. And so progress, I don't believe that it's progress that doesn't matter. I believe that the steps that you take towards the result, they do matter significantly more when you achieve that result. I'm thinking about some other YouTubers, right? Like maybe I Show Speed. I Show Speed, insanely big. Before he was big, he was posting inspirational videos. He was posting what he was going through in life. He was doing those, like, let's say, like some sort of Monsoon Update. And back then, of course, they didn't mean anything. He wasn't big enough for people to care about it. But once he achieved the result of having like enough influence, and once he got big enough, then like everyone would look back to his old videos, what he was talking about back then, because he actually achieved success. Same with Mr. Beast. Like, I'm sure no one was really taking talking about like his grind back when he was actually grinding. Like, no one was really taking it too seriously. And then he did the unimaginable 100 million followers later, and now those times where he was talking about what he was doing to get big and all that stuff, those have been blown up because everyone cares about it. Everyone's trying to do what he did. The progress that he was making back then, maybe the progress didn't matter nearly as much to other people. But once he changed his life to a point where it's not easy for anyone to go and achieve what he did, that's when it started to matter to the average random person. Of course, everything that you do should matter the most to you. But when speaking on its value to other people, how other people view it, I think our society only really cares about the result. That is just the world we live in. It's either you get results or you don't get results. Do or do not. And that is it. And a lot of times people aren't going to care about the progress. People aren't going to care about the work you put in. Like, you guys can see all of the videos I've posted on my channel. But that in and of itself, that's maybe like 10% of everything that I did. There's the filming, there's the editing, there's the thumbnail creation, there's the title. A lot of stuff that goes into a creation of creativity, of a masterpiece, a video that gets posted on YouTube and that trying to advertise to a person. There's more that goes into that than just like clicking upload. A lot of that progress, you guys could follow me for the longest time and you guys would never have to know that I actually put in all that progress, all that work, 10 times more work than it looks like I put in. But that's because at the end of the day, the result is the only thing that matters. Not the only thing, but it's what matters the most. Like, if you spent all this time, let's say if you spent like 6 hours out of your day filming, making the video, editing, and then you get so close to publishing the video and then you just decide not to publish the video. You decide to turn back when you're right about to achieve that goal of posting a video. Then the progress wouldn't have mattered. The progress would have meant nothing if you weren't able to get a result out of the progress, at least to other people, because they wouldn't be able to see it. But that's what I've been thinking about a lot recently, just results and progress. And I'm truly starting to think that progress doesn't really matter nearly as much right now, especially since I'm in a time where I'm posting a lot less videos. I get it. The Monsoon Empire has fallen a little. We're gonna get back up. I haven't been posting videos for a good reason. Like, I remember I was at a certain point posting daily uploads on YouTube. I've been prioritizing a little bit of other things in my life so that I can tackle on challenges at my best 100%. And that meant that I needed to tone back a little bit on my YouTube uploads and creations. And that's all that it is, a part of the progress. What it looks like, the result of that progress, toning it back, is just less uploads on YouTube. It just would seem like I'm just not posting more, that like maybe I'm slowing down, I'm getting old, I'm giving up, right? But I'm not. I'm here. All I can really say at the end of the day is that maybe results are all that matters. In this world, failure has been normalized. The absence of success, the absence of trying. There's not really a good value on the essence of progress, working towards something. The difference between grinding to 5,000 subscribers on your own, like the normal way, or buying 5,000 subscribers. In appearance, the result is the same, but progress does matter. What it means to progress is to change. It is to adapt, to learn new things. It is to become better. That is what progress is. There truly is no shortcuts. So while I do believe that we live in a world full of results, no one could understand Lelouch until he got the result that he wanted, but that's also because he wasn't telling anyone about the process, about what his true plan was. But yes, we live in a world of results. If we don't get results, then the progress means nothing. But if we do get results, then progress actually does mean something. Results with the absence of progress is fraud. It's a lie. The only person that will truly hurt is yourself. That will hurt the development, the evolution of our own self. And that's pretty much what I've been thinking about. I didn't even really get to this conclusion until I made this video, because look, I do improvise a lot. Sometimes it does take me talking about something to find the right answer, to really come to a conclusion. So I really started recording and I was thinking about the question, and we got to the answer. If you guys watched all the way through and wanted to watch me talk about progress and stuff, please let me know. Like, what do you guys think? We're living in the same world, but you've seen different things than me. So I do want to know what your opinions on getting results are, because to the opinion of someone who is so maybe like self-absorbed, right? Someone who doesn't care about like anyone else's feelings or anyone else's opinion on the matter, they would maybe say that progress is all that matters. As long as you keep working towards something, that is all that matters. But someone who cares a lot more about the societal viewpoint, they would say results matter. And I think both sides are valid. It's really whatever serves you. So that's why I do want to know what you guys think. Thanks for listening to me rant. This video will be here as I get old, so like follow along with the progress. Stay in tune with Money Monsoon. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.